I am Chester44, and welcome to this Let's Play of Tyranny. Last episode, we went over to Sentinel Stand. Well, first we spoke with Kills in Shadow to learn a bit more about her, but it seems that we need some loyalty in order to get more information. That's not going to happen for a while. We also went to Sentinel Stand and tried to see if we could find anything, but the answer is apparently no. Unfortunately, we can't get to where we need to go, or we can't find anything we need to find, despite the fact it looks like there are other paths. Either way, we have another direction to go, so let's make our way there, to Duskwatch Fort. Duskwatch was one of several forts hastily constructed by the Unbroken in response to Kyrus' conquest of the Tears. Due to its position near Stalwart's coast, it escaped destruction from Kyrus' magical storms. It is now one of the few remaining rebel outposts in Stalwart. At least now it's day. Okay, we're here.
Can't do that.
Crescent Runner. As you can see, Duskwatch is closed off to the likes of us, else I would be taking shelter from the storm. The Disfavored scout struggles to recall your features. Then his eyes open in dawning comprehension. Ah, the Fatebinder of Tunon! Commander Osmios told me that I should look out for company, but I didn't expect anyone from this high up the food chain. He beckons for you to follow. Due east of here, our unit gathers its strength to take Duskwatch. Follow me. He glances up at Barrack in sudden bewilderment. You're the biggest stone shield I've ever seen. How do you run around in armor like that? With great effort, but I must keep moving to stave off the rust. My calves have bulged to the size of piglets. The sentry shakes his head to dispel the thought and focuses back on you. Tell me about Osmios. They don't come more decorated than Osmios. He stood up to the chorus during the Stalwart campaign. Something to do with blood chanters and beasts. Don't recall the particulars, but he's been our unit commander ever since. Ah, the magic to conscript enslaved beastmen. Right. I'd follow him anywhere, including the Eye of a Storm, it seems. What's your mission here? We do what Kyros's Iron Legion does best. We claim the fort, and anyone who doesn't cooperate gets put to the sword. Our commander likes to keep the orders simple. Osmios mentioned something about a northern prisoner behind the walls of Duskwatch, but I couldn't tell you anything else. I was assigned to scouting duty, not rescue duty. What's the story with Duskwatch? Throughout the war, the Unbroken kept this fort locked up against Kyros's forces. Might not be much to look at, but the folks behind those walls are a spirited bunch. Not even the storm has broken their nerve. I know what the commander would say, that a southerner is too ignorant to wipe the grit from his eyes, but the Unbrokener have been using the storm against us, and, well, you have to respect that. Let's go. It would be best to speak with them first. And here is Osmios. The Disfavored commander wears his armor over broad shoulders and stands as if he knows it all too well. Graven Ash protects. Osmios, 32nd Legion. A pleasure to have you join us. Even this close to Iron Hearth, we need all the help we can get. He frowns at Barrack. Still trapped, I see. How are you faring under there, soldier? It is challenging enough to fit food through this stubborn iron bucket. I have gained several hundred pounds of iron and muscle over the last year, and I smell like a mass grave left open to the sun. But I am, for the moment, upright. He nods to Osmios. You may not recall me from the Stalwart campaign, but the Disfavored remember their friends. He winks and passes you a piece of equipment. If you had allowed those beasts into the chorus, we'd be fighting against worse than just armed peasants. As you might be able to tell, this fort is a tough nut to crack. The Unbroken aren't too keen on surrendering, and our preliminary attacks have yet to break through. One of our soldiers is chained inside, Callius, and we'll go to any length to get him out. He glances at the fort with longing. What's your business at Duskwatch? I expect you've come to aid in the war effort, but when it comes to Tunon's agents, it pays not to make assumptions. Let's see. Ash wants me to end the Edict of Storms and retrieve his daughter. Goals worthy of song. It sounds like Ash has saved the best of the war for you. His confidence must be well deserved. Osmios offers a respectful nod. Day and night my forces have battered themselves against those walls, but even the tireless Disfavored have their limits. I'm afraid we're out of commission until Ash's Aegis takes the edge off and knits our wounds closed. You look lively enough. What say you help us get Callias out and soften up the Unbroken for execution? Count me in. The Unbroken will shatter against our offensive. Before you get too excited, your job is to infiltrate the base under cover of night and extract the prisoner. Don't let anyone spot you. If you alert them while inside, you'll be on your own. Callias is a good soldier, and he's been in unbroken hands longer than anyone should have to endure. You might think him just another stone shield, but Ash holds the lives of his troops in high regard, so we should consider the recovery effort as important as taking Duskwatch itself. There are a few structural weaknesses along the perimeter which should help you sneak in. After releasing Callias, open the front gate from the inside. He flashes you a toothy grin. We'll flood the keep and make short work of Agathon's soldiers. Are you ready to begin? I found evidence that Ash's daughter passed by Sentinel Stand. Could Callias know more about her disappearance? If you made such headway in the search for Amelia already, then Ash's trust is well placed. But to the question of Callias, I can think of no reason for the Unbroken to keep him alive, save that he knows something. It's been some time since I allowed myself such optimism. If Callias traveled with Ash's daughter, then we have a chance of taking her back from the southern wretches. How has Duskwatch stood this long in defiance of your troops? He glances to his left and right with a frown. I hate to question the great general or his command, but we're overworked and undermanned. There won't be any additional supplies coming our way until the fort is in our hands and the Unbroken set up their defenses with a long siege in mind. During the conquest, we pushed through the stalwart defenders like they were old hedgerows, but these Unbroken are a breed apart from their countrymen. In losing the war, all of a sudden they have something to rally behind. I don't want to say that we underestimated them, but... He shrugs and trails off. What do you know of the Unbroken? A gang of tearsmen with delusions of honor. I'm sure they wish their ranks were as renowned and elite as the Disfavored. Unfortunately for them, the best they'll ever do is die by our hand or surrender and face hard labor. They rally around someone named Matthias, a low-board stalwart captain of some moderate success. He smiles bemusedly. Strangely enough, there's no love lost between the Unbroken and their old establishment, a hereditary bloodline known as the Regents. With that much division in their ranks, I don't know how they hope to succeed. How was Amelia lost during the war? I wish I could tell you. If what you're suggesting is true, and I have no reason to believe it isn't, then Callias should be able to tell us more about what happened to her and where she ended up. We dispatched cohorts of soldiers to recover her unit, but we had to pull back our efforts when the Edict of Storms hit. Navigating the region became less organized and more a matter of chance. I'm sure that Ash has worried himself sick wondering about his daughter's safety. I have worried as well, and the question plagued me even as we marched to recover her unit. It plagues me still. Kairos proclaimed an edict even though Ash's daughter was missing. With all due respect, Ash's daughter means less than a dented goblet to the Overlord. Kairos is above such matters and wouldn't pause to take the girl's safety into consideration, much less yours or mine. Besides, the great general knew the risks of sending his daughter into battle. He wouldn't let his feelings compromise the war effort. I still need a moment to prepare. Well, don't take too long. The Unbroken already have enough advantages in the region without doling out the luxury of time. And we got a piece of equipment, but I don't know what. Would this cloth tunic be good here? You know what? Yeah, it gives a little extra deflection, so yeah, you can take that. Bronze braces are heavy armor. I don't know what I was actually handed. Would this heavy armor be better? No, it's exactly the same. Okay, before we begin, I want to do a little scouting. See what I can find. Maybe I'll find something useful. More loot. That's the way out. Oh, hold on!
See that?
Ah, some camping supply. Path of Roses. Interesting. And it's poisonous. Can't take the camping supplies, but I may want to rest. looks like a way... That'll be a way in. This broken spot here. And we're supposed to sneak in, so that might be a good spot.
Can't do that.
Okay, see another...
Can't do that.
Broken area there.
Sorry, I can't.
A low opening there. That looks like a back gate. Probably well guarded. Looks like the west side is well protected. Hold on. Those also look like entrances, ways in. There's a few. We could attack the gate, but no. That would be stupid. We're meant to sneak inside, so that's our goal. There's plenty of openings in this gate. One of them should be usable. Let's save first. Alright then. Osmios. You know the pertinent details already. Sneak into the fort, rescue Callius, and open the gate from the inside. The only missing piece is you. I'm ready. Duskwatch is all but ours. Eager, are we? Good. Make your move as soon as night falls. Remember to stay out of sight and go for Callius. We'll wait for you to open the gates from inside, but we can't help you until that happens. Good hunting.
Right.
Sneak into Duskwatch and free Callius. There looked to be... Yep, here. There looks to be a way in over here. Everyone's stealth. Weakened palisade wall. Use brute strength to knock the wall over there. That seems like it'd be noisy. There's got to be a sneakier way. Over here. What's this one? Ah, short fence. Climb over the short fence to enter the fort. This seems like a good way to do it. Oh! That didn't work. So much for sneaking. This was the worst way to do it. They are all very strong, it seems.
Felt nothing.
No, this is not going well. In fact, there's a captain here.
My blood.
This is a bad idea.
Why can't I?
I mean, we're surviving at the moment, but...
I did that? Nice!
Good as new.
Take me if you can.
At least newish.
No, attack! Well, so much for sneaking in. Didn't work as well as I'd hoped. That could have gone better. Small piles of rust have built up on top of the barrels and crates. What is this? Skyblade Javelin. It might be useful for one of us.
That wasn't so hard.
Let's enter stealth.
I'll
See
stay
if we can sneak
downwind of
through
our
the rest of
enemies.
this place effectively. Camping supplies, can't take any. And they're directly in the way. There's no way we're going to be able to sneak by here. Delora. This... Oh, crap. Alright, just attack.
Ripping with claws! Felt nothing.
See that? I'm not in time.
You, how about you get that out? I think we could use it.
Entirely useless.
How did you get knocked prone?
Slight missed.
So you actually need to be stealth in order to use that.
Too old for this.
On it.
One more to deal with.
Wait, I did that? Nice!
Felt nothing.
That's actually not where it should be. It should be the map. There we go. So that's where we would have bashed down the wall. We came out in the worst possible place. Clearly.
Right.
Okay, we got more guards here.
On the lookout.
Can you use this stealth ability?
It's time to hunt, slaughter, kill!
That'll work. Okay, you guys exit stealth and get in there quickly. Finish off this one as quick as you can. Good. One more to deal with here.
I think my wisdom is finally catching up to my age.
Prey is too scary. Can't catch with claws. Felt nothing.
Almost.
Take me if you can.
There we go. Even in the oppressive rust storms, the unbroken soldiers have a remarkably good aim with a bow. That's a hole in the fort. That would be the stealthiest way we could have gone in. Damn it. And I think we found Callius. Yep, we found him. This bound soldier looks to have endured a recent and vicious beating, though most of his bruises have progressed to their later stages. He looks up at you with a tired resignation. If you're here to kill me, get it over with. On your feet, soldier. I'm with the Disfavored. No sooner do you untie him than he grabs your wrist hard enough to cut off your circulation. I'll not fall for some unbroken trick. You won't get me to talk with this mockery of a rescue. Kills in shadow snarls viciously and snaps her teeth. Callius! Barrack shakes his head. The poor man is mad from imprisonment and torture. I've seen it happen, though never to a good Northman. Graven Ash protects. His eyes widen and he releases you immediately, nodding with gratitude. Graven Ash protects. I had lost hope that this day would ever come. He rubs his wrist and regards you with respect. This fort is still controlled by the Unbroken, and I'm in no shape to fight my way out. I take it there are other soldiers outside these walls. If you open the gate from the inside, letting in reinforcements will give us the opportunity we need. Very well. I have questions for you first. We can compare war stories when the Unbroken are all dead. He ushers you out of the stable. Get going before they get wise to the plan. On it.
To battle.
Only one person here. They're alone. Kill him.
Prey is too squirmy. I can't catch with claws.
See that? I'm not
There we go.
entirely useless.
That was easy. We've got heavy bronze ridge helm.
Sorry, I can't.
What have we got here? Some water? Or a water skin? Alright, looks like we got one more. And Delora. That must be the one who is in charge. You can't get that boast out, but you can get out a couple Titan's touches.
More tallies to the body count.
Insert nothing.
There goes one. Now for the second.
Right. Will do.
Stalwart prevails!
I think my
Almost.
wisdom is finally catching up.
One more to deal with.
On it.
I'll hit you twice as hard next time.
Blinded ain't great, but that should wear off. Excellent. That leaves this Delora over here, who I think we should deal with first. Let me just loot over here.
That wasn't so hard.
Hold on. Let's try... Not that one. This one. Stampede.
Await my signal.
I'll hit you twice as hard next time.
Get out every ability we can here.
Will do.
Harsh words cause more harm than this useless weapon.
Come and fix my iron.
Get back here.
Waiting for a clear path? Well, you can run around to get to it.
It's too squirmy. I can't catch with claws. Attack again. We'll strike better next time.
Pathfinding looks like it could use a little work.
I got it.
Almost got this person. There we go. The supply routes outlined on the map weave in and out of the disfigured terrain that was once Stalwart. And we found a bronze tower shield. Not something we're going to be using. Stalwart Great Axe. Impressive. Let's open the gate. Open the front gate. Excellent. Good work, Fightbinder.
Yes.
Let's check on Callius. Callius! Osmios greets the former prisoner with open arms. Graven Ash told us to seek you out. He shows you great favor. Barak. Callius squints at your companion. I hardly recognize you under there. I would say you're a sight for sore eyes, but you are... well, you look terrible. Glad to see you in one piece, Callius. The soldier winces as he tries to stand tall. I'm relieved to see my countrymen again, but give me a moment. I'm still weak from my wounds. Ash's protection has kept me alive, but these Unbroken can be relentless when they want something. He looks up. Glad to see you alive, soldier. I don't think I got your name earlier. I'm Jason Pendragon, Tunon's Fatebinder. Graven Ash protects. Something in the soldier's mannerism changes. He turns to you with a look of respect. Indeed he does. Were it not for Ash, I would not be alive today. What can I do for you? I'm afraid you find me in poorer condition than I would normally present myself. Why did the Unbroken need you? I was a contingency plan, nothing more. The Unbroken were just keeping me alive because of my former charge. I'm just a stone shield, but I was bound to serve Graven Ash's daughter, Amelia. It was my pride to fight at her side, and my great shame when Stratus Herodin's forces overpowered and captured our unit. The old regent may be 10 times as stubborn as his people, but he lacks none of their might. Ash's daughter survived the storms. Amelia didn't die on the field that day. We were both taken prisoner, but I was moved here and made to suffer. The edict hit shortly after, and I assume stymied any effort to recover us. If Stratus isn't a fool, then he's keeping her alive as a hostage for some future negotiation ploy. By Kairos! This confirms everything my legion fought for. She survived capture. That means there's a chance. I have it from Ash personally that he's felt a connection to his daughter. In fact, it's grown stronger for some reason. You have your orders, Fatebinder. The General demands that we take Sentinel stand, recover Amelia, and put an end to these storms at last. How do the Unbroken intend to get inside Sentinel stand? Did you overhear them? I overheard a lot from my pen. Even saw the Unbroken leader, Matthias, a few weeks past. Matthias had the others convinced that some old stalwart artifact would help resist Kairos' storms. He planned on using it to let the Unbroken pass the wind wall and enter Sentinel stand. He frowns. Artifacts are a strange business, but the Unbroken dedicated enough resources to the task of finding one that I would take it to heart. Tell me about artifacts. Artifacts are items of great power. They could be anything. A cloak pin, a pair of shoes, a fancy comb. Many of them resemble ordinary objects you might carry or wear, but they can do remarkable things. Part of how the regents maintained their dynasty was by way of inheritance. Houses Stratus, Sender, and Aspian amassed over the centuries a small trove of relics and guarded them fiercely down the generations. There's the magical sword, the Dauntless. Whomever the lead regent was always wore a fancy helmet, and there's one of them owned an ever-burning lamp, among other things. Now, lots of those artifacts are scattered, but I'm certain that before the war, every thief in the Bastard City had some private fantasy about a heist on Sentinel Stand Keep. I've heard tell of artifacts that could open doors, melt flesh, or set whole camps ablaze with nothing more than a simple gesture. It's not beyond reason that an artifact could shield someone from the worst of these storms. Just tell me where Matthias sent his forces and I'll be on my way. He dispatched a large number of soldiers to Rust Canyons. He wouldn't have depleted Duskwatch of its defenders unless he believed in what he was doing. That's the best news I've heard in some time. There are plenty of Disfavored operating in the area around Rust Canyons. It's only a matter of time before they overwhelm our enemies. He nods to you. Report to Graven Ash and Ironhearth and tell him of the situation. He will need to know what is happening here. Both sides make for Sentinel stand, but one of our commanders is in the area already. He can hold the line while you speak with Ash. Report back to Graven Ash. Yeah, that's something we can certainly do, and will definitely do. So, we have a bunch of loot that I think I can hand out. Sharp. What even is sharp? Either way. We've already got... Oh no, this... I don't like what that does. Savage leather boots. Weapon-wise... Would this bronze tower shield actually be better? Not really, I don't think. Path of Roses is a nice thing, I think. Oh, that's a broken helmet. For the most part, I don't think there's anything in particular I want to hand out given these weapons. Except Path of Roses, which I'd probably want to give to, what's her name? But, yeah. As is, I think we're fine with gear. Would this light armor work? Actually, it would. Well, it's cloth instead. Well, you need all the recovery you can get, so never mind. So a lot of this is stuff we'd be selling. Okay. Well, I am going to end this episode here because it's gone on long enough. Actually, you know what? Run over here. No, actually, never mind. We'll do a rest over in camp. Next episode, we'll report back to Graven Ash. Till then, I am Chestic44. That is Jason Pendragon, Barrick, Kills and Shadow, and Lantry. This has been a Let's Play of Tyranny, and I shall see you all next time.